Welcome back to Fourth and Troll Fantasy. On to week 10, people. Here on Fourth and Troll Fantasy, the most entertaining fantasy show on the planet. I'm Noah Selby.
I'm Wes Selby.
We got studs and duds for you. 4 studs, guys who are going to win you your week, and 4 duds, guys you absolutely need to get them out of your lineup. They're going to blow your shot at clinching a playoff spot, at even making playoffs. Get these guys out of your lineup, one for each position. Let's jump straight into it. Before we do, like, subscribe, ring the bell, join the Discord, and take it away, Wes, with the quarterbacks for week 10.
Week 10. This is amazing. Double digits. We're just a few weeks away from playoffs. So you want to start a quarterback that you're going to win your game next week because you put him in? I argue there are very few quarterbacks you shouldn't start over Jackson Dart. This kid has been really good since he's taken over. And yeah, he had kind of a dud week against the Saints. And then since then, he has been crushing it. And the real secret ingredient is his rushing upside. 4 straight games with a rushing touchdown. That's 5 out of 6 games he started. He has a rushing touchdown. That is a beautiful formula for fantasy success. It's why we are always putting Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels as our top options for fantasy quarterbacks. And he's going to go play the Bears. He's probably not going to throw 470 yards like Joe Flacco just did. But I think every way you look at this, unless something insane happens or there's an injury, Jackson Dart is going to feast. Now, my dud for week 10, it's kind of a bull take here. Most people that have this quarterback already have someone else, and he's kind of their QB2, but he's been doing really well. So they're kind of thinking, should I start him? I'm going to say don't start Justin Herbert as a potential dud for week 10. A lot looks right, especially with how bad the rush game has been, how good the receivers are becoming. Like McConkey started to become the guy we thought would be a second-round draft pick in fantasy, and then we were disappointed for the first 5 weeks. Oronde Gadsden's showing up. Keenan Allen is in the time capsule, is looking great. Quentin Johnson, all this stuff is great. I'm really worried about 2 things. Again, Joe Alt hurt and then is out for the year. I'm worried about that. I'm also worried how good that Pittsburgh Steelers defense just played against arguably the best offense in the NFL. They dismantled the Colts, dismantled them. And you might say, well, it's Daniel Jones. This is a different Daniel Jones. This is an entirely different Daniel Jones. So I am a little worried that this Steelers defense turned it around and that without a proper pass protection, it's not going to be maybe the way that you want that 30 points from Justin Herbert. Maybe you're going to look at somewhere outside the top 15 on the week. And if you really needed to win, I might pivot to someone else. So those are my studs and duds for week 10 for quarterbacks.
All right, at the running back position here, no surprise. I just got to hammer this home. It's Rico Dowdle, man. He is the running back stud for week 10. As the starter for the Panthers, he is on a 17-game pace of 493 touches, 3,479 all-purpose yards, and 23 touchdowns. This guy is the heartbeat of the team. They are 3-0 with him as the starter. I don't know how he didn't get more money this offseason, to be honest, with how he was playing in Dallas for the second half of the year last year. This guy's playing on backup money like a top 5 running back in the NFL. Rico Dowdle is awesome. Saints matchup's great. Kyren Williams and Blake Corum were both just super efficient against them. So love that as well. Love Rico Dowdle this week. Just hammering it home. Lock him into lineups the rest of the year because this is absolutely legitimate. This guy's awesome. All right, my dud running back for week 10. It's Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt going up against the Detroit Lions. Dude, this guy is the biggest con man in the history of the NFL. This guy got a perfectly good running back on his team, traded off of his team, and this guy has been terrible outside of 2 games this season. He's under 6 fantasy points in 4 straight games. Without Daniels, this offense is probably doomed. And honestly, I personally believe that Chris Rodriguez Jr. is going to start becoming the lead role as far as the run game goes in the backfield. So he looks a lot better than Krosky Merritt does. This sucks, and the window, if you had him in Dynasty to sell and try and get something out of this guy that you picked up off waivers, is officially over. But my dud is Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt.
That was you. You put Corey Krosky Barrett on the trade block immediately in Dynasty, and I really thought you were gonna get away with it. It's so
Oh,
frustrating
yeah.
how
I
you
should
just
have. Someone offered me Ray Ray McLeod, and I should have taken that at this point. Giants receiver, Ray Ray McLeod.
yeah, Giants. No, anyway,
Yeah.
all right, studs and duds for wide receiver position. I'm gonna talk about one of the many great performers from the Bears team. Yet again, I did this last week. I was all about the Chargers and Titans. And now this week, I'm all about the Bears and Giants because I'm going to talk about a really good flex option. I actually really believe in. It's going to be, I almost said his name wrong. How do you say his name? Zacchaeus.
Alameda Zacchaeus.
Alamedi Zacchaeus. I got to figure out how the stress work. Alamedi Zacchaeus had a really great game. Interesting last couple of weeks that are worth noting for a flex option, especially if you got a two flex league or you got three wide receivers, someone that you can put in to kind of help keep your score in a really good position for your week 10 victory. It's over the last four games, at least six targets. And they started to actually convert into receptions the last 2 weeks. And then last game, it turned into a touchdown as well. And I do believe that against the fifth worst defense against the pass, the team that's allowed the fifth most points to wide receivers, the New York Giants, there's a really good shot that Alamedi Zacchaeus sees a nice stat line to be a secret dud on the week. I'm not talking like 25 points, but if he does, that's pretty cool. But I really think that there is something to be said about what he did and how he can kind of use that momentum. A lot of the Bears players can use momentum, except for my dud, DJ Moore. Don't be fooled by that ridiculous stat line. That is a combination of absurd circumstances. That is once in a purple moon. I don't even know how to describe all that he did. He obviously had some receptions, but he had a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown. Forget about it. He is falling down the ladder for target options for Caleb Williams. So don't think this is a resurgence. I'm out on DJ Moore. The rest of the year, not just not just week 10. Those are my studs and duds.
All right, let's jump into the tight ends to close it out here, Wes. My stud tight end for week 10 is George Kittle. Okay, I know it might sound crazy. It might sound like duh, but it's been a little bit rough since he came back from injury and Brock Purdy hasn't been there. It's been Mac Jones, but I still feel confident in playing George Kittle. He's out there all the time. He's over 90% of snaps every single week. And Jake Tonjes, while George Kittle was out, 4 of the 6 games that he played with Mac Jones were double digit fantasy points. Okay. I know it's been disappointing. He's been back for 3 weeks. Week 1 back was the Goose, and then it was National Tight End Day. So you're like, well, of course he scored. And then it was a little bit disappointing this past week. I promise you guys, George Kittle is going to be just fine, and he's going to be even better when Brock Purdy returns. So I'm ready. I'm happy to fire him up, even with Mac Jones. I'm continuing. I'm just giving affirmation and confidence here on George Kittle. I know it's been a bummer, but he's fine. He's gonna be good. This guy is not. He's gotten extremely lucky. My dud tight end is Mark Andrews. Dude, this guy is old and washed, and I am pretty much over it. He had 2 catches against the Dolphins, and they both happened to be touchdowns. Okay, like, he got super lucky with his 2 points of involvement, or him in the painted zone in the end zone. Isaiah Likely is playing more snaps than he is. This is not a sign of things to come. He's had 2 good games this year, and that's been it. That's been it. He's been really, really bad besides that. So Mark Andrews is my dud for week 10. I'm out. Get me out of here. That's gonna do it. Studs and duds, week 10. We're almost done, man. This sucks. It's
Jeez.
coming down to it. This is really, really coming down to it. We are close to the fantasy playoffs. It's gonna be here before you guys know it. Let us know in the comments who your stud and dud is for the week. If you have any questions, join our Discord. Happy to answer them. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. Be kind to one another. My name is Noah Selby,
I'm Wes Selby.
and this has been Fourth and Troll Fantasy.